You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Originals After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Originals After Show.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for The Originals. I was almost going to say Real Housewives of Atlanta. Excuse me. Totally opposite of that. It is The Originals, a closer walk with thee.
It's one of those days, I feel.
It's been one of them days.
One of those days. Yes, it has.
What does Cami say? It's one of those bad days that keeps getting worse, something.
Something like that. I'm joined in studio by the lovely Roxy Striar.
Hello, good to be here. Then you know I'm over with it, the kids. Whatever.
Okay.
All
right, let's wait for your...
Roxy, are you a supermodel?
Yes.
That was the nicest thing anyone ever said to me. No, my God, I wouldn't last a moment.
Wow.
I'm like short and I'm curvy.
All right. Well, let's go.
But thank you.
There you go. Someone who could be
beautiful.
Cortez West.
She's beautiful. Oh,
welcome.
Hey. What's going on, everyone? I am Cortez West, yes. And I'm not Terrell Owens. And I'm not kin to Terrell Owens, okay?
Did someone think you were Terrell Owens?
You fell out.
They're vampire.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
But hey, everyone.
They're
Welcome.
Vampire Diaries and Originals fans. They don't know football.
Oh.
Just kidding. It was a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke. I believe everyone out there loves football except for me. I personally just don't care. Moving on.
Go Patriots.
I do love the Patriots.
Go Cowboys.
Because I feel like I have to.
What are we doing?
Sorry.
All right.
Let's talk about this damn episode. We get this funeral scene at the beginning. Klaus then all of a sudden sees his father. We find out it's a dream. Cue the whole, guess we're going to get a dream episode with Michael coming back.
Yeah, but what I actually like about this, to relate it to Vampire Diaries for a second, is the fact that on Vampire Diaries, we've been seeing that, I don't even know how to explain that.
Bonnie might die because the other side.
The other side's walls are
crumbling.
And there might not be any more other side, and people are getting sucked. Like they're just being sucked away, like Catherine and then with Vicky, whatever. So anyway, I like that since we're living in the same universe, it's also happening in New Orleans, because sometimes I feel like with these spin-offs, they forget about the mothership show, and even though they're living in the same world, not the same current events are happening at the same time. So it's cool that that's happening. And
I was nervous that it was going to be different.
Me too, but at least we have that here. Although it's affecting Mystic Falls a little, differently than it's affecting New Orleans, because in New Orleans they're having these Michael dreams, which, I mean, he seems to be the only one who's in this purgatory and this other side place that is coming back. We didn't see anybody else who's on the other side, did we?
Well, it was because what's her name, Davina, did that seance, and it opened up that portal for him to kind of come find her and communicate to her, and he's, he can sense that strong witch power.
Right.
Well, I thought it came on with Klaus dreaming of him being killed by his father.
But
And then later on, it opened. The show came on with Klaus being killed by
Well,
his father.
because the walls are breaking down.
Right.
Michael is trying to communicate with him.
And then now
so
you're saying that
when
Davina
did that, he
okay.
sensed that power of a witch. So now he's going over here like, hey, make you think I'm Timmy.
Also, what people on the originals might not know, that if you knew coming over from Vampire Diaries, is that the only people that exist on the other side are people with supernatural powers. So Timmy, when he says that Timmy's moved on, it's because you can't be a human and be on the other side.
I didn't know that.
Right. So that's something we know from that world that carried over to this show too.
And I just want to say, like, I don't think I'm going to start to watch they call it TVD, Buffy yet. I still want to continue this and then watch that because I know a couple of people have been saying, you know, you should watch The Vampire Diaries. But I'm really liking the fact that I don't know because I know I'm not the only one. Right, I'm not the only one that has not watched, you know, TVD. But I had a question about the Father K. Once we get to him about his wake.
We there.
Oh well,
the Irish wake.
Well, yeah, that kind of died because I was like, did he die as a vampire or a human? Because remember when Klaus killed him, right? Yeah, and he dried up like a vampire does, and then at the wake, he's a human in the casket. So I was like,
Oh, you mean vampires stay in that dried up state when they're dead?
Yeah, they're like, don't they dry up and go like ashes?
Well,
almost?
Wait, we only saw the casket at the very beginning of the episode, and that was a fake funeral.
No, he was in the casket. It was him in the casket. They was dressing him up, doing
at the very beginning.
At the very beginning.
To me, I thought that was all fake. That that was the dream world, right?
No.
Yeah, because then the
funeral
baby
happened
was there.
later. But the funeral happened later on.
Right, but that was the wake. Inside of the church was the wake.
I think that regardless, if it was fake, then it was fake. But if it was real, you know, when you have a funeral, like your makeup gets done and stuff. Maybe they just.
Oh, you saying it was fake for the humans, like for the church?
No.
Meaning, like, I thought that whole scene at the front, like, I thought
was a dream.
That's why I said, wait, didn't we already see the funeral? Remember when I said that? That was I took that as that was all a dream sequence. Like Klaus was dreaming of being at the Father Kiernan thing, and then everyone disappears, and then
the first dream sequence we see is Klaus with this baby, and then him getting stabbed by Michael. Mm-hmm. So I think before that was preparation for the funeral, and then later on the funeral is just continuing. This was like
right.
I don't know where he went in between then. I don't know actually because he was in his bed. He woke up.
Right.
And that's why I got a little dumbfounded because I was like, okay, did he die as a vampire or a human, or maybe they?
We certainly died as a vampire, but maybe they made it was all
made him up
or something.
for the church for his followers.
Yeah, because they can't let them.
Yeah,
that would just be doing them up.
It's a really good makeup artist, and hit me up after the show. Yeah.
We found out Elijah was having the same dreams. Cami at the bar walked up to Klaus. She thanked him for everything. We get a flashback of Klaus freeing Marcel, and kind of seeing their whole bond.
Well, we already knew that Klaus had freed Marcel when he found him on the side of the road, but we didn't know how Marcel was turned, which we'll talk about later on in this episode.
Or his father.
Right, exactly, yeah. So I thought that this... the reason this episode was a little tough for me was because not only do we have present day, but we had flashbacks and we had the dreams.
Yeah, so
I like to either stick to like always present day and then some flashbacks, or always present day and then some dream sequence. But with everything, I know that they changed editing tactics and lighting and whatnot. It wasn't confusing when what was. It just was like I'm in so many different worlds that,
I can get that.
It can be a little hard to fully invest myself into one place. But I do like knowing about Marcel and Klaus's history. I think it's one of the most compelling parts of the show right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of, I like the whole 360. You know, at the beginning flashback, we got this whole "we can choose our family" speech, and then at the end between Klaus and Michael, you know, well, at the end when we see the flashback scene at the end, Michael says, "I can choose my family, and I choose this." So it was kind of a nice little, just to kind of really get their brotherly.
But at the end, Michael says that?
I'm sorry, not Michael, Marcel.
Oh.
In the dream sequence. So I think that's a really cool build up for, you know, what's going to be next week.
Right.
With the whole battle. But moving on.
Francesca.
Yeah, this bitch.
Okay, but I'm having a little bit of an issue with her.
I think you said, because I know you said that you think she doesn't fit in, right?
No, well, I just don't. I know she's a human, so yeah, she doesn't have to fit in this world, but there's something about her that I don't see on the show. She seems somebody, like, to me, maybe it's because I've seen the actress before, but she seems like a CSI type.
I think it's her look. Like, you've seen her look before somewhere else, and then her look is not fitting.
You know what?
Change her look.
Yeah.
Does she bother you?
No, she doesn't bother me.
See, I wonder if she bothers you, because it bothers me too, but it bothers me because Sloane is on the Vampire Diaries
I was
right
thinking
now,
about Sloane.
and their characters are very similar.
But
They were
Sloane
both brought in at the same time.
I was literally thinking about that.
They both have that Asian-esque kind
Yeah.
of
See, I like that. I like that.
Feel
But
to
y'all,
him.
y'all not gonna double team up on me though.
No,
Yeah, I like the fact that I don't,
it's
the
better that
differences.
you're not confused. Because
With that situation, it is
I
better
swear to God,
because-
that's what I was thinking about. For part of it, I was like, which
Because
one is
I always
this?
have to remember, is it Francesca or is it Sloane? Which
Now
one
it
do I
doesn't
have to
matter
write
because
down?
Sloane's dead, but
Right.
that's not about the show. Anyway, I think that
She wants this necklace.
yeah, she wants this necklace, and we're not exactly sure. This is a little teaser to later on in our episode when we're going to do some news and gossip. But jokingly in an interview, I think it was Marcel who said that this necklace is the key to Cami's heart, which obviously it's not. But I just thought that was a little funny. Like, I guess tonight we kind of find out what it is a key to, sort of. I mean, do you guys remember?
Well, I on last week I predicted something along the nature of about the key in the book, and someone kind of misunderstood what I was saying about that. It's more so I was saying that not the key in the book we're going to work together to reveal something. I was more so saying that the key and then the book is something that's holding what's to reveal about the city of New Orleans. It was. I wasn't saying they was going to work together, or maybe the key was working
They're
for
just pieces
the grimoire.
of it,
Yeah,
the
I just
bigger
think it was
puzzle.
just pieces.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but remember when Cami was writing Klaus's autobiography, biography, and she was being compelled, so she made the note in her brother's language to herself.
Yes.
And that was her code, and later on that's how she figures out she's being compelled. Is that the same code that's in this box?
No, it was part of it, but her brother was teaching her that I don't know what to call it.
No, I'm not saying is it say the same thing. I'm saying is it written in the same
yes,
language.
in the same symbol.
That's really cool that now we're what episode are we at? We're episode like 18 or something. I don't know what the answer is, but we're deep in the season, and that's from months ago, and that's coming back into play because I was always thinking like, I think that's really cool that we learned that she knew that, and then tonight it was just like briefly mentioned. I was like, oh yeah, they had that little.
I remember us saying something last week about maybe Cami being one of those characters that they give us a taste and then she dies off.
Did we say that about Cami? I think
you said Cami. Someone said Cami. Because
Cami did I?
No, I don't think I was thinking Cami, but whatever. Keep going.
Oh really? Well, I think that Cami is going to be one of those main. She's going to really step up, and she's going to be one of those main
characters and stick around.
Kind of like the Elena of the show.
I think I was more saying that not that I wish Cami would die, but that like I don't find her 100% necessary. But she is claiming her territory more and more.
But I'm not. I don't know. I'm just not invested into the story. Like even it was cool of her tonight to say in her little speech like, "This is my what I'm meant to be doing." And like, all right, girl, like, are you gonna go on the ride for it? Like the vampires could get it done way quicker if you just told them what the hell it was.
Is Cami gonna pull a Marcel at some point and try to be turned?
I don't think so.
You think she wants to stay human forever?
I think she wants to stay
will?
human. I think she is going to want to stay human because I think she's going to learn how to keep them in a box so how she can kind of almost control them
and almost be Father Kiernan.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Lead the humans. I'm into it.
Yeah, I would much rather see her as a human representative than Francesca.
I just still kind of feel like Francesca came out of nowhere. From me watching, she just came out of nowhere.
Well, I think that she's actually putting a lot of pieces of the puzzle together for us, especially about the wolves and finding out that the guy, can I talk about this yet? That the guy who is on the motorcycle who blew himself up at the wolf's place, he actually owed $100,000 to Francesca's casino, and now the debt's been cleared and the family doesn't owe anything, and there seems to be a direct correlation there.
Speaking of the Wolfpack home, someone asked the question about how did the bombs get planted. I think that was pretty much by Oliver.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because they was like,
everybody else was panicking,
Yeah,
Oliver.
they were just wondering. I remember reading through the comments. They were just wondering how the bombs got planted and so close within the pack. So
now,
it was by Oliver.
I don't know if it's just because I grew up on a Native American reservation and this is just in my head personally, But I'm wondering, in the Native American culture, wolves are very prominent. And I'm wondering, and also in real life, casinos and Native Americans kind of go together. So I'm wondering if she's running these casinos, if that has something to do with, you know, what negative situation that has to do with the wolves, because obviously the wolves aren't Native American. Right. But I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm just putting it out there if something along that lines, because she could be Native American-esque.
And that's why Hayley stopped by to see her.
What do you think the correlation could be, though?
I don't know. I just was throwing it out there because it's just the world that I'm from. So I'm just saying.
And the wolves love the party. So party and casinos.
Well, I'm wondering if like the natives are going after. You know, I don't know. I'm just getting too deep into it.
We found out that Hayley's parents were not well liked. You know, and especially not by the casino or bikers or whatever they called it. So I feel like we're almost getting all of the information, but there's a couple key pieces that are missing that's going to make this really click.
One thing with Francesca that irritated the hell out of me tonight was when they were doing the funeral march thing. And we had to get that scene really of her being like,
pretending to cry.
Yeah, and it was just so over dramatic, and it's just like, why are you even there?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you even know Father K?
Yeah. Like you're so happy that he's dead, so you could step up and be the leader of the human faction.
What happened to what's going to happen to the church?
What do you mean?
I mean, Father K. I didn't see any. What do you call those people that
altar boys?
Yeah, any altar boys. I didn't see anyone.
I mean, I'm sure in this
someone
world,
is gonna pop up.
Yeah, it'll be Father John next
right.
week.
Father Josh. I'm just kidding.
There you go. All right, so then Hayley runs up to Cami and she's asking her. Oh, so after Hayley leaves Francesca's house, Francesca alludes to the fact of, I wouldn't have missed if it was me attacking you, yada yada.
Wait, did Hayley kill that dude?
Who?
Yes.
That was with Francesca?
Broke his neck.
Well,
she's moving mighty hard to have a baby and stuff.
Yeah.
She's kicking.
I don't know. I personally don't know if that's what happened, but
she killed him.
She did like a screen. It's like a Batman thing. Yeah, it's like a Batman thing. Like it's like really Batman. You know, you did not knock that man out with that. Pow.
Yeah.
No, she threw his head against the thing and it cracked.
Yeah, like Hayley tonight killing Michael and
all right.
not really killing.
That I did not like. Honestly.
What?
Because I feel like Michael is so powerful, and then Hayley is all of a sudden getting on.
Hayley is a mother with a super baby inside of her.
So
I wouldn't fuck that either.
and she's also a wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, just the mom.
I mean, the hormones are kicking in, so she's like kicking ass right now.
Yeah. And she's not having it.
Got it.
All right. So then Hayley starts coughing up blood.
Well, you didn't tell why.
Well,
from after leaving Francesca.
When Hayley leaves.
The night after she left Francesca's house, Monique is there doing her little
She's doing the voodoo stuff.
The voodoo.
She still freaks you out?
Yeah.
The hell?
Totally. Something about her, man. Like the voodoo and just her. Totally freaky.
I admire Monique because I'm the type of person that get it done. And Monique is just like, look, I don't have no time to waste.
Like, I'm never sitting next to you now.
No, because the thing is she's not thinking properly.
She's not.
So what she's going to do is, she'll get it done. And then when she's out of her spell, she can be like, oh my God, what did I do?
No, but Monique is going rogue, man. Like, nobody told her to voodoo this baby.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if the ancestors are saying anything.
Well, actually, I don't know. Who is telling the truth right now? Is Genevieve telling the truth that the baby has to be born first?
No, that was fake.
That was fake?
I think that was fake.
So maybe the ancestors are. I don't know. All I know is, like, I'm sick of people bleeding from their eyeballs. That was a Sophie Devereaux only thing. It's the only time I ever wanted to see that.
I honestly agree with Genevieve. I think whatever is going on in the spell will be more, or whatever was going to happen is going to be more powerful once the baby is born. Like you got to
kill the baby once it's born.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that's you go ahead and do it wise because it's not fully developed for one.
I don't know. I think she was just saying that just to kind of like, girl, don't do that. Like, let me handle this because she's younger and she wouldn't really know the difference or not. I don't know.
I understand that, but I think it makes more sense that the baby is born.
And because once the baby is dead, Genevieve is not needed anymore and is disposable.
Yep. She wants that book. She almost is gonna get that book, yeah.
You know you want that book.
You know you want that book.
So where Hayley's coughing up blood and then she passes out, Genevieve's helping with this spell. I was like so nervous. This was like tearing at me. I was like, is she really gonna help? Is she really gonna like?
Isn't Genevieve kind of playing
That
the
was too
victim
staged
card?
for me. That was too staged for me.
Really?
With Genevieve helping them, that was too staged for me.
Why?
I didn't feel it was staged.
It makes sense now that you guys just said all that. It makes sense more to me. Like, oh, okay. She's realizing if I kill this baby, they gonna kill me, and then they gonna
if
bring
she
that up.
don't kill the baby, they're gonna kill her.
Remember, I mean, either way, they're gonna kill her.
But once the baby is dead, she's useless. But what's weird to me is that now I just.
What's weird to me is that they want her to do it and not like any of the other girls to do it. Like, at least kill Genevieve now, bring the next one back, the other girl back.
No, here's what's weird. Is that the act that she's playing is that every time that Klaus and Elijah come to her, she's like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like, she's like so personally offended, and she's like, don't you know me better? Like, I would never try to hurt your kid. I would never try to call Michael back here. Like,
you gave Cami the knife to stab in.
Yeah, like,
right.
Bitch, yes you would. Like, that just baffles me. Every time she's like so hurt, I hate people who don't see themselves.
And I hate that I have not seen that ugly hairpin anymore. I don't understand.
Yeah, why are you not wearing the pin?
Like, why was it so
right? Why was it so obvious that we see Cami hand her this what you call ugly hairpin?
I mean, maybe it'll come back around.
Okay.
I'm sure it won't. Elijah thanks Genevieve for bringing Hayley back. Mind you, while Hayley was in this, she is fighting Michael.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about that? The whole Michael versus her situation.
I don't understand why he just wanted to kill her if that was the case.
He wanted to kill the baby.
I mean, but
how could you have a child with that beast? You're already a beast enough.
I just like keep forgetting that Hayley and Klaus had to have sex in order to create that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They've slept together. Because I was like, what does he mean? How could you have been with that beast? I was like, oh yeah, Roxy, that's how a child is created. Like,
because Hayley wants to go back to the house now, but the fact of that matter is like you having your baby father in the same roof with someone you also.
It's just like a personal goal of mine to never sleep with members of the same family. You know, it's just like
especially after watching. I want to know what Julie Plec has with the whole like
sibling thing.
Yeah,
I know there's something incestual about a lot of her work.
I guess it would be based off of the books.
Yeah, but the originals.
Oh yeah. Is there an originals book series?
From what I hear, because last week I was on Vampire Diaries, because it's based off a book series, I was talking to fans, and they said it was very different, but they said that the main difference was that the originals were not in the Vampire Diaries series except for Klaus. He was the original and in the book series. From what I understand, I could be wrong. Butcher me if I am. Or just like politely tell me, you know.
Interesting. So she stabs Michael within this. She got her super baby powers and she comes back to life. That was a really powerful scene. That whole and just kind of realizing where
just like with like crusty blood all over her. Just like
like the voodoo thing made it look like she had lip injected. Yeah. Like, it looked like a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Here's the thing. Hayley's so beautiful. She's so gorgeous looking, but she's pregnant. And the actress is so incredibly skinny, like I'm guessing 85 pounds skinny, that when anything changes on her face or they have blood or whatever, it like looks like it's taking over. Like she's so small, like they blow something up and I'm like, ah! Like, scary. Like it's scary looking. So I don't know, just stop making people bleed from the face, maybe.
And the eyes, maybe.
Moral of the story, yeah.
Well, that scared the hell out of her, so now she's agreed to move into the compound. How y'all feeling about that?
But with ground rules.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can like breathe down her neck. I'm just glad she's getting away from the wolves because I was scared we had lost her.
I did too. I really think that she was gonna leave. I really did.
And she still might. We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. Jackson seems to have a lot of say over her.
But that baby is gonna do a lot of things.
Here's the thing, though. Her wanting to go back to the compound tells me how much she trusts her own pack now.
Which is not a lot. Oh.
Yeah, and also as far as protection.
Look at the fact that when she choked Ollie, She was like, "Oh, tell me what's going on." And then Jackson tells her, like, that'll bring me back some trust as well.
I don't even know if it's about trust. I think it's more about protection, and it shows me that when push comes to shove, she knows who she's safe with and who she's not. And she right now with her pack is not safe, not because of any of the individual members, but because of what's happening in her pack. And she,
And then
I mean, someone almost blew them up.
right?
Yeah, that's true. And then
with
she
Klaus
always,
and Elijah, she's always
every time
safe.
something happens, she wakes up and looks for Elijah,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Well,
So
I mean, we done got the makeout scene.
the
tonight.
closer to I know, right?
Yeah, but like I would be so pissed if I made out with somebody and then he just dashed like that. Like, where'd you go?
I like that. I understood why he did that because
Why?
I mean he doesn't want to fall in love anymore because it seems like every time he falls in love, they
You think
die.
that's what it was?
Yeah.
I think it's like, here's some. You want more?
No.
No, he's
I
trying
guess
to protect
not.
not only his heart but her as well.
Well, you guys are men, so you understand men. Something I'll never understand, but I can tell you what Hayley was thinking. Which
But
was,
no, she was
"Ow."
not. No, look, when he left, she actually had that look like
Yep, like
Yeah, she wanted more. Like
Yo,
what I
how
thought.
are you getting excited about that look?
she was like, oh, okay. So she knows. I
Well,
think she knows.
her first reaction is, and it's like, huh?
and then she
she's
thought
like,
about
"Oh,
it. Right.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, you got
Silly.
it.
I can't.
Got me some Elijah tonight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Hayley and Klauss. He said, you know, you had to see him, my father. And she said, why do you call him your father? He's not your father.
Really, really interesting.
He's my
moment.
father because he's done damage only a father
could
can
do.
do.
Which, to me, because we've asked the question many times on this series, why is he do? And tonight he completely answered it in one sentence. I'll never ask again.
Yeah.
You know?
And that was deep. That was really deep.
Yeah.
That was deep.
And I love Hayley, but I didn't know how to react off of Klauss's reaction when Klauss said, what did he say to you?
Yeah.
And she said, nothing true. And then I couldn't really read Klauss.
I was
and how
trying
he-
to-
I didn't know if
right.
he was mad or if he was, I don't know.
I just think that he didn't know what it was and is like, knowing again that your father's talking some sort of crap about you, it's like, okay, like, all right. Well,
But he really didn't say much anyways, though.
yeah,
Right,
he
other
did.
than,
Like,
I mean,
my
he's
son's a beast,
disgusting.
and yeah, he's disgusting. And
But that's it. It wasn't something that was he
Yeah,
needed
but
to
you
know. that
know,
Klauss needed
come
to know.
on, you know, if there's someone that you don't like, and I talk to that person, you know, you're gonna be like, so what did he say?
Yeah.
What did she say?
I don't think he was worried that his father was going to, like, spill some sort of detail about him. I don't know how many skeletons Klaus has left,
I'm
but
pretty sure he has a lot.
Yeah, I just think it's Klauss just wanting to hear him. It's like, you know, when you've been talked down to for so long, you start to believe it, and so it's almost. I feel like it's almost kind of like I want to hear those negative words so I can hold on to that hatred.
Right.
And
yeah.
that's why I love the quote with with Elijah and Klauss when Klauss said, "Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
think that when Michael is gone, I will, you know, be at peace?" And he said, "I think you need to make peace with the
The
living."
living first.
Which is awesome and interesting and true, and not the advice that not the advice that Klauss takes. Because it's not, I was like, when we get that flashback, and then I was like, oh, wow, are they going to rekindle right now?
Actually, no.
I think
and
Klauss was going in that
Yes, he was
direction.
going in that direction. But Marcel, at that point, he's like, look, I'm not even trying to go there with you.
I think roles are going to kind of reverse in a situation. I think Marcel's going to now become this close character because, you know,
Towards Klauss, though. Not necessarily towards.
Well,
how
I mean,
Klauss-
I think maybe
honestly,
next season. I don't think it's
guys,
happening this
next
season.
week, the whole preview
Yeah, you
is
didn't see the
about
preview?
Marcel
Yeah.
going against everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Klaus is going to be like, Marcel, take me back.
No, tonight's episode, when that whole alley scene, the reason they did the flashback, they did Elijah saying that to him, that scene was to show Klauss was going to be the big guy. And,
Yeah.
And not end the feud, but at least kind of just, you know, we're brothers.
work together, men together. Yeah.
And
But
Marcel,
he comes in hot. The first thing he says is, you know, you have to be out of here by midnight.
it's Klauss. It's his sarcastic, like,
So you think if Marcel had responded to that and said, Klaus, can we talk about this?
No,
yeah,
I-
it would have been.
well,
yeah,
yeah.
I agree. It
I
would have
do.
been more so they would have talked and probably mend right then and there.
But I think it's crazy that we
But
look.
also Marcel knows Klauss. He also knows his sarcasm and the way he talks.
Right.
It's kind of like your parents. Like, you know, your parents are going to let you have to go to bed at 10 and your show is on at 9:45 and they say, well, you know, you have to be to bed at 10. But your mom know your show doesn't go off until 10:15 or 10:20. She's going to let you know you have to be to bed at 10, but, you know, you can go ahead and stay. I'm not going to say go ahead and watch the show, but, you know, you can stay. So it was kind of like one of those things, you know, you have to be out of here by 12.
Yeah, that's...
So, yeah.
And
Okay.
you know, Marcel comes, you didn't fail me, you raised me, I can't be weak when the enemy is stronger. And, you know, for me watching that scene, I just took it as like, he understands Klaus, but at this point, it's more about pride. It's more about, I have all this vengeance, you wanted to do this, I'm going to show you wrong, I'm going to put you down, I'm going to... I don't know, and it's just kind of like, ooh, Marcel, like, I don't want you to be that guy. I get it.
I think it's more like you can't say thank you forever. Like, Marcel knows what Klaus has done for him, and he's let a lot of things go. But he's at this point, he's like, I can't just be your lapdog forever.
What does Clay want? He want Klaus to say thank you for?
No, he doesn't want Klaus.
Or what does Klaus want Marcel to say thank you for?
No, Klaus just wants Marcel to be his number 2, and Marcel's been sitting there being like, thank you for everything. Okay, I'll be your number 2. And now he's just not going to be the number 2 anymore.
Because he tried.
Yeah.
He tried with Klaus before.
But I don't like the direction it's going either, Jesse, in terms of who might turn Marcel into. I think that it's admirable that he's being so strong, but I think that it's going to be a really bad scenario to put himself up against.
I just see Cami, Marcel, and Michael working together with Davina.
Great prediction. I like that.
Well,
I guess.
I don't think Davina is going to be fooled to help Michael, but I don't think it's going to finish. I don't think it's going to.
Crazy that last moment.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to continue. I think she's going to have one of those moments where, same thing she had with Marcelo.
Don't you feel bad for her sometimes because she's just 16 years old and she knows nothing about this backstory? All she knows is that Klaus killed her friend Timmy, so she's like, sure, I'll help kill Klaus.
Right.
Like, she
Exactly.
just, poor thing is just getting manipulated left
all
and
the
right.
time. Yeah, but I think she's going to snap into it because, like I said before, I think all of her powers and her memory of having those powers and actually, you know, utilizing them, she's gonna come back with some force.
And Michael's gonna be the powerful force to help her. Yeah, you can do the spell. You can bring me back to life. Oh yeah. Roxy, you have some news and gossip for us?
Yeah, I do. I'm checking it out.
AfterBuzz
TV news.
Okay, so this is all from TVLine. So, and from Marcel saying, they asked him, first of all, is it true that you guys are already filming season 2? And he said, yeah, isn't that crazy? We're getting a jump on things by shooting the first 3 episodes of the new season before we wrap for the summer.
Yeah.
Weird, right? So I'm excited about that because I like when shows, the ending and the beginning, they pick up in the same momentum, you know, so we'll be in the same spot. Also, we're talking about the thing about the key and him joking about a heart, but then he more seriously says it's a key that was held by Kiernan and it relates to the human faction and what gives them their power. It's part of the O'Connell family, and I'm not sure Cami's ready for it, but it'll come into play in the next few episodes leading up to the finale. Also then talking about the war that is coming. It sounds like Cami and Davina might be joining Team Marcel, is what TVLine says, and he says back, everyone's going to have to choose a side, and Davina and Cami, given the strength of their relationship with each other and with Marcel, are going to work together in some capacity. So that's Davina and Cami. Whether it be coordinated effort or an attack. I can't really say, but they'll definitely work with each other's interest in mind. So that's Davina and Cami.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, speaking of things you can't say, what can we expect from the finale? He says new information, deaths, and explosions. I feel like the last 3 episodes are a 3-week finale. Viewers will be satisfied and with everything that happens. So, deaths, explosions.
Sounds like a great place for
any
us
predictions
to
for deaths?
head into predictions.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Predictions for
your AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah.
I would have to say, who's gonna die?
Monique.
Michael again.
What did you say?
Michael again.
Oh.
I don't know if I see Monique dying or if I see her turning back to normal. Like, what happened? Oh my God, Davina, we're best friends.
Maybe. I still think this 4th witch is going to come up at some point and mean something.
Well, yeah, when Genevieve dies.
Yeah, I guess.
How do you guys feel about Genevieve being given the Grimoire book?
I think that I'm hoping he gave the pages, not the whole book.
Thank you. I'm a little scared because once she gets that book, I think she's gonna go ham on everyone. The witches, the wolves, all of them.
Yeah.
Klaus versus Marcel. We see next week. It's Marcel versus everyone. It's this final prepping for the final battle. What do we got going on?
I don't think that either team has the heart to kill the other person. I think what this would take is for either Marcel or Klaus to die, and I don't think one of them will kill the other. So I think we're going to be at a standstill.
Where are you standing with it?
I kind of agree.
All right.
But I feel like Diego is getting more and more powerful.
Yeah, we definitely saw that in
But did you see that preview?
He was like kicking the crap out of somebody.
Yeah, Jackson and all of them.
Well, all right. So you bring that up. So then I guess my question is, bouncing off of Roxy's, is who do we think's going to die?
Yeah.
Name a character that you think will for sure be dead by the end of the season.
Jackson and Oliver.
Jackson and Oliver.
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Oh, good one.
Oh, yep. I'm not going to say Genevieve because I feel like there's a lot playing with that. And I think this grimoire thing maybe might open something up for her to stay. But I would have to say, I'm going to say it honestly. I kind of feel like it might be Josh.
Oh, I'll be so pissed if Timmy died and then Josh died. Like Davina's peeps.
Only reason I'm saying it is because now he has this gig doing the after show on the CW.
Right.
So I'm like, do they like him? And then maybe they felt like...
He was out to dinner at the same restaurant I was the other night. Ooh. And I was like, yo, Josh. No, I wasn't really. Yeah, I could see where you're going with there.
Started out there. Probably not right.
But what about our non-SAG friend? The witch that we see that must not be SAG because she has no lines.
She clearly doesn't.
No,
Wait, she had some lines.
She
had some lines this
She
episode.
did. Yeah. Congratulations, girl. You got your SAG card.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter and Instagram. Also, make sure you guys tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
You can find me at Roxy Striar.
And you can find me at Cortez G West.
Until next week, same time, same place. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.